I was dying of thirst, a half bottle of water in my hand. I poured it all over my face. Right after that, I grabbed the empty bottle, climbed to the highest spot I could, and started licking the rainwater. But that tiny bit of moisture wasn't nearly enough, so I tried to guide more droplets into the bottle. Yet the water mixed with rust tasted almost as harsh as seawater. Before long, I began dry heaving. I'd already been trapped in this container for a week, and to make things worse, outside was nothing but endless ocean. Seawater kept leaking through the hole, and even though I hadn't had fresh water in days, the salty water was completely undrinkable. Just when I was close to giving up, I suddenly felt drops landing on my face. I slowly looked up and realized it was finally raining outside. I stood up in disbelief, greedily soaking in this blessing from the sky. Not daring to waste a second, I quickly grabbed every food container I had, set them on the table to collect as much fresh water as possible. I even cleaned a tiny can to help gather more rainwater, but while handling it, I accidentally broke the pull tab. Staring at the bent lid, a new idea flashed through my mind on how to escape. After calming the baby, I got to work. Only one side of the container was still intact, and I figured if I found a weak spot, I might tear it open in the same way you open a can. Without thinking twice, I grabbed 2 straps with both hands and pulled with everything I had. With every attempt, the gap grew wider and wider, and finally, I threw my whole weight onto it. With a piercing metallic crack, the steel finally ripped open. Sunlight I hadn't seen in days poured across my face, and I couldn't help smiling with relief. But the moment I climbed out, that smile vanished, because all I saw was endless ocean. The container was drifting like a flatboat, yet compared to the dark, damp inside, the open air felt much more bearable. To my great relief, the baby finally pooped, so I tossed the diaper into the water, and it drew in a tiny fish searching for food. Surprised, I leaned down, hoping to grab it, but from the 2-meter high container, I couldn't even touch the surface. So I made a simple spear and eagerly threw it at the fish. I missed again and again. Instead of catching dinner, I only wore myself out. I collapsed onto the floor, swallowing my dry spit. But then I suddenly realized there was an airplane flying overhead.